What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. This is not Rumbleverse. I know this game doesn't even play close to Rumbleverse, but my YouTube channel is based on doing battle royales in general. So, with that said, I will start uploading My Hero Ultra Rumble. If you don't know what it is, I heavily implore you to go check it out. It's a free to play battle royale that is just a battle royale anime and fun. What? Who knew? It's not perfect by any means. In my opinion, I think it's like a 8.5 out of 10. However, it's not because of the gameplay itself. It's usually the things surrounding the gameplay that kind of bother me a little bit. I won't stick around too much on those points because this is a tier list video, so let's get to it. I'm gonna start with S plus. Now, wait, before I start plugging characters in here, I do want to say and I do want to reiterate that A tier is not bad. It means your character is still really good. There are just other characters that are slightly stronger. They offer more than what the characters that are in A tier can't do. So please bear in mind that I'm not saying your character is garbage. Also, this is my opinion. Don't let the opinions of somebody who's random to you on the internet affect how you feel. And this is also week one. It hasn't even the game hasn't even been out for 7 days. I've played it for like 70 hours already, sure, but you know, we we'll be fine. Everybody will be okay. But let's get started with S plus. S plus is going to be Deku, and I'm going to thoroughly explain why on every character. With Deku, he has mobility, he has damage, he has support, he's got everything. He's got long range, he's got a projectile, so he can use a whip that is omnidirectional, can go in any direction he wants with it. He can get off the ground really quickly. He can go around, into the air and then like maybe dash to a corner. At max level, he gets two whips. Makes him even more annoying, especially if he wants to do two whips plus ultra, two whips again. I feel like it's gonna be hard to catch this character. His alpha ability is just damaging and it's got long range. Nobody likes getting hit by it. It's such a pain. He also has a kick, a flying kick, that also adds to his mobility on top of giving him damage. Apparently, I'm not 100% on this. There is a bug where if you level it past level 4, he can't do damage with it. I don't know. I haven't tested it myself. I've seen it. I don't know how consistent that bug is. I don't know if it happens all the time or what have you. But yeah, that's Deku in a nutshell. Oh, he also has a special ability where if he picks you up, moves a centimeter, puts you down, you're revived. So and he can do that every 2 seconds. I don't see why this character is not considered S plus. I've been seeing other tier lists and maybe I don't know. Not sure. But yeah. And oh, this is gonna be completely unordered, by the way. Just want to make that known. Here is Bakugo. Bakugo is clearly an A tier. I'm kidding. He's S plus. Bakugo is S plus because he has, the same things that Deku has, except he does not have mobility or support. So Bakugo has mobility, damage, range. Uh, he's got bombs. He's got a heavily damaging like melee attack that can also be used as a getaway tool. I believe it's his gamma. He's got a lot going for him, and the amount of damage. Not only does he have like a lot of damage, but it goes through everything. It goes through shields, it goes through kendo shields, it goes through immense walls. The thing just it. I mean, yeah, they call it armor piercing for a reason. The only thing it does not go through is Mr. Compress's reflect because it is a reflect. That said, yeah, he's S tier. These power couple here is really annoying because they both have high range, high damaging alpha abilities. and that's just the current meta right now. Like if you go into any lobby, you'll just see these two paired up, and they both have ease of access because this character unlocks at special license level 2. So it's really quickly, especially with the readjustment to the EXP system that they did after the maintenance a few days back. And then this character's already unlocked. And they both play similar. There's no like it's not hard to switch from one to the other, honestly. Alright, let's move into S tier. S tier, and again, this is in my opinion, please. Everybody uniform usually agrees with the S plus, but this is where things start to get dicey. S plus is going or S is going to be Toga. And there's two more characters I'm gonna put in here. But Toga has the ability to transform into anybody she takes the blood from. That is super helpful in any situation if the player is smart enough to go, hey, I need this particular character because it'll be useful the next phase. Or I need this particular character right now so that I can do what my opponent's team does, help my team out in tackling the team that we're fighting right now. She's got really good damage on and really long range on her alpha ability. So I like to call her a beamer. Has a good amount of mobility. She can't go in the air. She's not omnidirectional. However, does have the daggers where she could just move sort of quickly on the ground. I know the picture shows that she's a speed, but she's actually a technical now. That change has been made. Same goes for Ochaco. It was technical, but is now speed. Yeah, so just good damage overall. Can make the best of any situation depending on what character she's stolen blood from. Steal blood from enemies that are knocked on the ground. So if you coordinate with your team and you just want, oh hey, let me get that particular person's blood. Take that. You can essentially have Bakugo on your team because of Toga, and I've seen that, and it's really dumb. I hate that team. But Toga and herself, she's more than all right, and I think deserves S plus or S. I keep saying plus. Next up, Ochaco. Ochaco, she's my main character. I've been playing her, and I haven't really played any other character but her. She is S. Probably realistically like A because of her current bug. But her alpha ability is her grapple. So she has an omnidirectional grapple. It's so hard to hit her. It is so hard to keep track of where she's going because really just Spider-Man on the field, and she just goes zip, 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 unless her grapple fails. But imagining that the grapple didn't fail, and when in the situations where I've been in where it just doesn't, where I can use all three of them just fine, especially in a heated situation. The very high mobility of this character, coupled with big AOE attacks, makes her a menace. Because she can get out, she can get in, she can disrupt the enemy's team really, and then get out. Usually, only taking probably one hit or something. She does not have a lot of health. She has the lowest health in the game, but she doesn't need normal health. She deserves that low health in the game because of how fast and how disruptive she can be. Her gravity is great if you don't use it when people are staring at you. So it's a good way to start off fights. It's a good way in a 1v1 to use it to lock down an enemy or tell them, hey, don't go to this area because they'll flip into it or they'll, try to run into that area and they shouldn't. Drop the rocks on them. So she's got area of denial. She's got combos from her gravity. Just really freaking cool. She can just gravity, grapple, attack, and then gravity again. And usually it'll break somebody. So her damage is actually kind of good for a solo 1v1. this character, yeah, she's a menace. She's hella big on being a menace. Yeah, unfortunately, she's bugged, but if it gets fixed soon, she will be even more annoying. As I'm sure more people will pick her up. Next up, Suyu, and this is my top five. I believe. You know what? I'm kind of thinking about it. No, Suyu deserves top five. Yeah. I'm going to make a change for those that have seen this tier list before. I think I'm gonna make a change, and that change comes to Momo. But I'll get to Momo in a second. You can go invisible, although it doesn't really matter much because visibility can be seen. I understand if people get disoriented by it. It can be a little tricky at first, but I don't think her invisibility is that much of a problem. It's not a full on invisibility. It's like that cloak stuff. So long as you see the shadow or the shimmer, you usually find her pretty well. Plus, you can hear her sound effects as well to help you look in the right direction. Her tongues are not quite damaging. Pretty annoying though. You can lick from really far away. Her licks will also, those are her on her alpha ability are her prime or her grapples, so she can grapple just the same as Taco, and she has an instant res ability. Oh, I didn't even talk about Ochaco's float. Ochaco's float makes her just go really, really, really far, super, super far, and she can apply it to teammates as well. But anyway, back to you. Yeah, so instant res ability and a menace. Just same as Ochaco. She can get in. She can fly around above your head and just keep you distracted long enough for Bakugo or Deku to just shoot the crap out of you. Very annoying. It like the speed. All of the speed types in this game just provide a nuisance to the enemy team, and they do it really well. Also has low health in the game, as she should be a bit of a problem to hit. And yeah, no, she does that spot. I wouldn't put these two on the same team together though. In my opinion, you're both fighting for the same cards, and I really feel like Ochaco needs the car. I think she needs level 9 in order to be like the biggest menace. But again, that's just my opinion. Yeah. Let's go on to A plus, and this is where I'm gonna make the change. I think Momo deserves A plus because character is pain in the ass. Pain in the ass in the way that she is completely invulnerable when she has a shield, and she can usually pop like two of these shields out at a time, and she covers the grounded area pretty well with it too. Get away with it. That really holds her back is her movement. The thing that kind of holds you back too is her damage. By the way, if I didn't say that, I thought I did, but yeah, the thing that holds Momo back is her movement. It's not her damage, and I don't understand why Momo's really considered a support. I get it if she puts a shield down in front of a downed teammate, tries to revive. But this character does so much damage, and she's got like this whip attack where it sends out 3 attacks, and for her creations. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to contest with that because it has such a long range, and that's also really damaging. By the time I'm done getting hit by shield alone, I probably lost most, if not all, of my shield. And then the whip makes it hard to like get in on her and contest with her. So ranged characters handle her really well, especially Bakugo. And characters that can just get off of the ground also help like getting away from her and dealing with her. But she's a really good character. She does not have an instant res ability. She does, however, have a yeah, she's got the cannon. Yeah, she's got a cannon that can really far. The cannon shoots out a bomb that explodes into a bunch of mini bombs. Mini bombs don't really do much damage, but it is a good area of denial. You could also place the bomb on top of an enemy that you downed. So let's say, you take Momo, you down somebody, and then you want to keep fighting, you don't want to like thirst yet, you can place the bomb on top of the enemy who is down, and if the other team doesn't have an insta res ability, then it's good area of denial. Like it's good coverage. Keep damaging the down player, but also keep other people away from the down player. Up next in A plus is uh yeah, I'm gonna make this change actually. I did have Shadow in A plus, but I believe he is S. Um, he is not S plus because he does not have the mobility that these have. However, he has the long range shot, does have good mobility. It's just all grounded. And he's got a wall that he can put up and shoot through. So that's nice. As long as Bakugo isn't shooting at him. What else does he have? He's got a flame wall too. The flame wall is not bad. It's good for thirsting. It's good for hiding stuff. Coincidentally, 'cause it's really hard to see through it. Yeah, and he's got combos with freezing. If he can freeze somebody and then just start shooting them, I mean it's really good combo. It's really annoying, but other people can like stack up on that combo as well. But he's got high damage. Like his damage is super high. The reason I just don't put him in S tier is because he just does not have the omnidirectional movement that these characters have. But playing Shoto, in my opinion, is like just playing a worse Bakugo or a worse Deku. Still really good though. He's still really good. I used to have him in A plus, but I'm taking that back. I'm putting him in S. Super super fantastic. All Might. All Might's gonna go in A. He has the he again, just because they're an A doesn't mean they're a bad character. There are just other characters that can just do more better. I don't believe that there's any bad characters in. All Might has a decently long projectile, decently like it's a medium range projectile, hard hitting, got movement, he's got mobility, he has a jump, he can go in the air, can res people by picking them up down to the ground, just like Deku. But I believe the thing that really holds him back is just that his movement is tied to the super jump and the abilities for his armored moves. So, and this is where it gets kind of tricky because he can use those moves to attack enemy players, but he can use those moves to get away and get out. So if he uses them to attack on a player and then he just starts getting eating damage out of nowhere, now he has nothing to really like get away with except for the jump. And catching his jump is not that hard for some of the higher tier characters. For Shoto, it would be difficult because Shoto can't, go into the air like that. But for the rest of these, they all can. I mean, Toga, depending on what she transforms into. Ito probably can. Who else can? No, compress maybe. Might be able to catch up. Everybody else kind of struggles. But yeah, good damage, really good damage. He's got gold moves. Gold moves mean you can't. He's invulnerable. He doesn't take damage. So his twister, and then his punch, super good for getting in. Allowing him to use the projectile at the correct range. Solid character. I just don't think he's as much of a nuisance as these characters. Kendo. Kendo's shotgun, highly damaging. Kendo's shield works. I didn't even know it worked against Shiggy's alpha ability, but apparently it does. I noticed it yesterday when I was watching her play this character. And what else does she have? Yeah, shotgun shield. She can throw her teammates. I'm not sure what the point of that is. I don't think it's really a good special ability because she has no momentum. She doesn't need momentum because if she had momentum, people would be complaining about this character. Her lack of mobility, though, is what keeps her down, keeps her grounded here at A, because that shield and her parry, if you do hit that shield with an ability that she, can block you with, let's say like Ochaco spinning a car, or let's say Q tries to throw her tongue and like whip around and hit Kendo with it. Kendo is going to parry you and then may get clat and just lose like all of your shield, or you may get shotgunned and then just lose, well, again, all of your shield. Really good, really good at defending, and just really good at saying, "Hey, come mess with me," and I just don't want to. I don't want to mess with her because I'm just not. I'm not doing it. This character scares me on the ground. I don't want to be next to this character, and it's also hard to approach her if she has her shield. Super hard to approach her when she has shield. Cementos. Character has an insta res. He has, I think, an infinite range alpha ability so long as you aim it right. He's got probably like one of the longest ranges in the game. Does high damage and is a nuisance to hit. His mobility comes from his alpha abilities. And man, oh man, I just not have a good time fighting this. I don't have a good time fighting that character. Mentos is those really good characters that can provide not only support but also damage and mobility. And can even provide mobility for his team too. I don't think he's really good at defending against everybody because Bakugo can shoot through. Anybody with aerial movement or omnidirectional movement can kind of deal with him. Even if he like builds to the sky or if he just like builds a wall in front of him, you can get around those things. And like the characters that have like omnidirectional can get around those things pretty easily. And it becomes less of a problem. If he boxes himself in, I mean, destroy one side of the wall and then there you go. Like he's just stuck there in a box with just one open wall left. But he offers more than some of the other A tiers, and he definitely I would say he actually craps on yeah, like the rest of the people sitting in here, honestly. Like maybe except for Ida, but even then. And his alpha ability has two hits to it too. There's the initial hit, and then there's when the wall is extending. So he can get a lot of value out of that. Dabi. Dabi is A tier because he does not have movement. Got traps, got a flame shield or a wall that surrounds him. It's more like a circle. He's got homing projectiles that can often miss just by the opponent rolling in a direction, any direction. Or no, like left or right usually. The flame balls don't go through objects. So it's really hard to get good sustainable damage with him when he's in a crowded area. But he also likes crowded areas because the traps that he leaves on the ground make it really annoying to follow him. but also people can turn a corner and just get snuck up on by the damage. Or he could stack the traps. I mean, he could go into a building and stack 3 there and then like 2 at the other side if he needed to heal or something, and just have people stay away from him. Really good at anti-thirst because he's the only character that has a special ability that does a bunch of damage to people who try to get up close next to him, and just like, the special finish or execution, so your shield will stop that. So really solid character. Just the lack of mobility doesn't really help him chase, but he's really good at keeping people at bay. Denki. Denki's great at working with a team. I feel like you need a team to work with this character. He has a decent projectile. Got the stun gun where he just, he flies through or to an enemy, stuns them, and you can immediately set up a AoE, an AoE lightning that does a bunch of damage. You can possibly stun like 2 characters at the same time if they're close enough together. But the stun also allows for his teammates to follow up on damage too, because the alpha ability of these 2 characters do not knock them away. If you have a teammate that knocks people down or knocks them like into the invulnerable state, don't really want to play that or use those abilities with Denki. Like Ochaco using her car with Denki is just not great, because if you hit them 3 times and then while he stuns somebody, well, Ochaco just put them in an invulnerable state, and then he whiffs his lightning, so he can no longer do like the lightning field, and it just becomes a problem. It just gets messy, and you don't get the damage that you want. But yeah, his mobility is tied to the same stun, so kind of like All Might. If he's going to use that ability to go in and attack somebody and all of a sudden takes a bunch of damage, well, he's not going to be able to just like get away anymore. He's just going to be running around on the ground with no special abilities, and that's his only like movement tool. So, but does high damage. He has an alpha that can lock off areas, because if they connect or if they're close to each other, they will connect and make beams. And those beams shock you, and they shock you and make you and stun you for like a good second or two, so that you won't be able to do anything. Can't touch. You don't want to touch those. So he's got good area of denial. Just really suffers in mobility. Speaking of mobility, high mobility. Can res people by picking them up and running away and putting them down. Has no projectiles. Does really good damage, but that's just kind of it. Like, he is great at mobility and then being a nuisance. He's great at getting in, getting out. Great at dealing really good damage, but his problem is that he just does not have any projectiles, and it's also not hard to roll against melee abilities, which is what rolling is like kind of intended for. And that's all he has is melee abilities. So hitting an enemy can be kind of difficult sometimes for him. But in 1v1, I think Ida is like super, super strong in a 1v1. Depending on who he's going up against, like if he's going up against Kendo, probably not so much. If he's going up against like Dabi, I could see Ida winning that. I could see Ida winning against Suya. Maybe not Shoto, because Shoto's ice walls and stuff. I could definitely see him kind of winning against Bakugo and Deku. Maybe not so much on Momo because of her shield. And then Cementos would definitely annoy Ida. And he'll have to pick and choose his battles. I don't play this character, so I'm not gonna sit here and know like who he wins against 1v1. I just know from fighting him that it's not difficult to fight him, and it's not, it's not hard to just roll his melee attacks. It's usually pretty telling when he's gonna use them, because he has to be within a certain range. Catching this character though can be annoying. Got to flip. I mean, he can also just run really fast. If you can catch him when his thrusters are just burnt out, gold. That's money. That's like he's in deep trouble. But yeah, high mobility, great damage, as offers a little bit of support. Just no projectiles, and all of his moves are melee. Mr. Compress. I've seen him put really really low on a lot of tiers. I don't know why. In specific space ranges, and I don't know if it's specific to his level 9 or not. I've been hit by his primary or his alpha ability, and I can't move. I I I can't attack him back. Like I can move, but I can't hit him back. I can't use an ability. He's spamming his alpha on me, and I'm just eating so much damage. Not allow me to retaliate or even. It was hard getting away. Honestly, I just had to start spamming dodge to just get away from him. But he offers high damage. He can pocket his teammates and to heal their life. He can also pocket their teammates, snap and get away. So maybe he'll offer like mobility to Kendo, which Kendo has no mobility, or Dabi has no mobility. So he can offer that movement type of support to his teammates. The healing isn't super strong, but it is healing nonetheless. Like it's healing that you don't have to use items for. It's healing that you don't have to spend any resource on. You just pocket them. He does have a smoke screen. Smoke screen can be disorienting in battles, and I could see that being paired really well with Dabi because Dabi doesn't care about smoke. He'll just throw fireballs and he doesn't need to track onto anything. Whereas other characters, they might need to aim at stuff. So that smoke screen also helps him be able to snap or snap his fingers. So who's to say like he didn't pocket two people or just leave like one person behind, or just he's trying to reposition. Alpha ability is super damaging, and he offers good, well, not the best support. He just offers good support, and I think he's more supportive than Momo in my opinion. But again, I don't know why Momo's a support, other than like the shield being put down. Ibara. Ibara is great at support. She has an instant res. She has really long range. Thing she lacks, in my opinion, without getting the grab, is damage and mobility. Has no mobility whatsoever. She's not going anywhere. So she needs somebody to protect her. Insta res is nice. You have to wait 50 seconds for it. However, the range is where she excels because that range, oh my god, that range is super far. And if you do get close to her and she grabs you, well, you're losing a good, I want to say 50, 70% of your life. And that's like your actual like HP. Um I'm not talking about shields. Like she grabs right through your shields. And she will damage your life. I'm pretty sure if she grabs you and she grabs you, like you're pretty much dead, I believe. Because like even though you still have shields, your HP is gone. Speaking of Shiggy, Shiggy has amazing ground potential. The puddles that he leaves on the floor, well, it's only one, but the puddle that he can leave on the floor can go up walls, just not that far. It's the same range that it would have if it was on the floor. That's all he has. All he has is ground. He has no movement. Movement is trash. And you can just be like 5 feet off the ground, 3 feet off the ground, and the flames won't touch you. That's where he struggles. But if you are next to him and you can't get yourself off the ground, you're getting deleted. He is, in my opinion, the best thirster in the game. He can deal so much damage so quickly. Have to get off the ground away from this character because if you don't, you're dead. You're just dead. The puddle also ignores Kendo's shield, so that's pretty nice for him. But he really struggles against characters that have any type of omnidirectional capabilities. So he's gonna struggle against Ida. He's gonna struggle against All Might. He's gonna struggle against Momo because Momo just has a big invulnerable shield. He's gonna struggle against Cementos. He's gonna struggle against Taco, Toga. Do you like you get it? You get it. He's just if people can get off the ground, notice that it's Shigi and Shigi doesn't like sneak up on them, it's gonna be hard for him to just like consistently provide damage. Mountain Lady, decently like medium, decently placed projectiles. Like she does have medium projectiles, medium length projectiles. Like All Might, she can get super big, and that can be a good thing, or it can be a bad thing. It's a good thing if she's only fighting one team. She has the ability to stomp on them really quickly. Bad thing if the whole lobby notices her and everybody's just hitting her all at the same time. While she does get increased defense, it sucks for her if 7 different people in the lobby are hitting her. So if there's 2 teams around, it's not really a great thing for her. It's pretty bad. But also, the moment she presses or the moment she starts deflating and going back to normal size, immediately she's taking normal damage. Immediately. And I think that's terrible, in my opinion. Like, I hate that they did that to her because she does not want that. You know, she doesn't need that extra damage while she's stuck in an animation. It sucks for her. So you have to be really careful when going giant. It can be beneficial, but it can also be at the same time very detrimental. The projectiles are super nice. The flying kick is decently, it does decent damage and it offers some type of mobility. So she does have that, but again, you know, you're using a mobility to either get in or you're saving it to get out. And it like this one flying kick is usually not enough to just get away from people and get out that easily. Not when so many other characters offer so many different ways of mobility. So yeah, she's just all around solid, but does not offer anything like that's super outstandish outside of just being giant. Which in it, you know, like I said, in and of itself is not the best thing. Red Riot or Kirishima. Much like Shigi, you don't want to be next to this character. He has a special armor ability which does not, he won't get knocked down, just keeps going and going. Like, cannot make him stop what he wants to do because of that special. He has high damage. You don't, again, want to be next to him. And that's pretty much why he's at A. He does offer some mobility. He honestly offers more mobility than Shigi and Dabi. Oh, and Ibara, but it's not a lot. I mean, it is something, but it's not a lot. Like, if you saw Shigi and he's next to a wall and he just wants to get up to the wall really quickly, he could do it. You know, he's capable of doing it. But man, oh man, this character hurts. So, again, much like Shigi, you don't want to really be next to him. You want to damage him from afar. No projectiles. He has no projectiles whatsoever. And that's why he's kind of at A. He does really well for his role. So even though he doesn't have projectile or high mobility, you know, he'll still do a really great job at what he does. And that's how I feel about like most of the characters that are in A. Some spicy picks. That's gonna be it for the tier list. But I think for some spicy picks, I think some people are gonna look at me funny for All Might. I think All might be a spicy pick. And I feel like, honestly, I might feel like Toga might be a spicy pick. I'm trying to think of who else people might look at me funny for. I don't know. It's hard to say. Because again, it's not. It hasn't even been a week. People are, of course, entitled to their own opinions. Tier list isn't right, isn't wrong. It's just my opinion. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. I'm definitely interested in seeing what you guys think. I hope I satisfied and satiated enough information about why I placed them there. Not just, trying to say, oh, this character's good, so they go there. No, I tried to provide like good details about why I placed them there. And yeah, all I really got to say. Expect more uploads, and I will see you guys in the next one.